As an IT director yourself, how does the cloud affect you?
Well, the cloud affects us from the GreenPages side of things. It's interesting because as an organization that's a solution provider, we're selling the cloud-based solutions to organizations. So one of the things that John and I are very in step with is that we want to use the same technology that we sell. So we're not a very large organization, we're at 180 employees, but we're running the enterprise class systems that we're selling to these larger organizations that may have 10, 20, 30,000 employees. So what happens is we actually want to be out in the forefront and we want to do things with the cloud before the other companies are doing them. One, so that we can kind of pave a trail and we like to be in the forefront, but the other thing is so that we can actually have our solutions architects and engineers see what we're doing so that they can actually get a feel for it before we actually sell it out to the enterprises. So in effect, we're seeing the different cloud technologies before and trying them out before a lot of other people are seeing them. So for a company of our size, we're pretty far out, so it really affects us pretty heavily.
Now, going off that, what are some of the things that you are doing at GreenPages internally with the cloud? You know, just elaborating on what you're just talking about, being ahead of the curve.
Sure.
What are some of those things?
Well, the biggest project that we're doing now, well, I'll step back. So we are right now 100% virtualized in our infrastructure. So that means all of our servers are virtualized. All of our, and that includes our phone system is actually virtualized as well. And it also includes our desktop. So right now, all of our users really can run on a centralized platform and a system. Now we have our architects and engineers that are out in the field using their laptops and they need their heavy processing power. So they use those machines separately from the virtual environment, but they actually do have access to our virtual desktop infrastructure. What we're doing now is taking the equipment that's sitting currently in our corporate office, really on the island in Kittery, and we're going to be moving it out and putting it into a private colo cloud. Talking with our architects and engineers, this is something that most other organizations really aren't doing. There's a lot of cloud out there, there's a lot of local cloud, and with large enterprises that are actually running their applications in their local infrastructure, but there really isn't anybody that's actually picking up their systems and running it from a colocation facility. So that's what we're doing now, is picking it up, putting it out into colo to see what does this look like, how does it run, what are the requirements to do this. And again, we're doing this with our production infrastructure. This is not a lab-based test. And the reason we do that is because in the lab, you can simulate only so much. You can only simulate so much load. We look at it and say, well, we're going to use this on our production. We know the theories. We know what should work. We're going to pick it up, put it in, and we're going to actually and really do it. So that's where we're going with it right now.
So what are some of the benefits of moving your infrastructure to a colo?
Well, for GreenPages specifically, our corporate office is on an island. Okay, we have really one access point for our data circuits to come in and off. So really, if you look at it, we have the potential of considerable downtime. Now, we have a 24/7 managed services operation that actually has its systems running virtualized in a colo currently. But we'd like to have those systems running on our core infrastructure, which is certainly at a higher level than what it's currently running on today. I can't do that and still worry about the potential for downtime with the data circuit. The other problem that we have at Kittery is power is a consistent issue. We have a generator backup. The generator is constantly going off. And lastly, the problem we have is from HVAC. We're running a considerable amount of equipment that's sitting in our building right now, and we're having AC failures and AC problems. So that's something that's typical across a lot of organizations, is as they increase the amount of hardware that's sitting in their data center, it actually uses more power, it produces more heat, and it has a lot of other issues that are going on. We're introducing people that are connecting to these systems more out of business office hours, so we want to make sure we have that availability. So that's the key benefit to actually bringing our stuff out and going into a colo. The second benefit is, again, is we want to push the envelope and we want to see. Again, there are organizations that really aren't doing this yet, so we want to see what does it take to do it, how do you go about it, what can you expect, so that way when people are ready to make that jump, then we can help advise them a little bit better.